In the bustling studio of ITV's Lorraine, the morning sun filtered through the large windows, casting a warm glow on the set where Lorraine Kelly, the beloved Scottish presenter with her signature warm smile and infectious laugh, prepared to welcome her next guest. Colin Firth, the Oscar-winning actor known for his roles in films like The King's Speech and Pride and Prejudice, strode onto the stage with his usual refined elegance, dressed in a tailored suit that accentuated his tall frame. The audience erupted in applause as he took his seat on the plush sofa opposite Lorraine, who greeted him with her characteristic enthusiasm, saying, "Colin, it's absolutely delightful to have you here today. You've been such a staple in British cinema for decades." Firth nodded politely, his deep brown eyes reflecting a hint of weariness from his recent press tour for his latest film, a dramatic thriller set in post-war England. The conversation began innocuously enough, with Lorraine delving into his career highlights, asking about his experiences working with renowned directors and co-stars. Firth responded with his trademark dry wit, sharing anecdotes that drew chuckles from the crowd. However, as the interview progressed, Lorraine steered the discussion toward more personal territory, inquiring about his views on current social issues, particularly the ongoing debates surrounding environmental policies and celebrity activism. Firth, an outspoken advocate for climate change initiatives, leaned forward, his voice steady as he expressed his frustrations with government inaction. Lorraine, ever the engaging host, interjected with a light-hearted comment, suggesting that celebrities sometimes overstep their bounds in politics. This remark seemed to strike a nerve. Firth's expression shifted from amiable to intense, his brows furrowing as he countered sharply, "With all due respect, Lorraine, it's precisely because of platforms like this that we must speak out. Apathy is the real danger." The tension began to build subtly, with the audience sensing the shift in tone. Lorraine, maintaining her composure, pressed on, asking about rumors of on-set disputes during his latest project. Firth paused, his jaw tightening, before responding with measured words, emphasizing the collaborative nature of filmmaking. But as she persisted, delving into tabloid speculations about his personal life, including his divorce and subsequent relationships, Firth's patience wore thin. He interrupted her mid-sentence, his voice rising slightly. "I came here to discuss my work, not to have my private life dissected for morning entertainment." The studio fell quiet, the camera operators exchanging glances as Lorraine attempted to defuse the situation with a joke, but Firth wasn't amused. He stood up abruptly, removing his microphone clip with deliberate movements, stating firmly, "This interview is over. I won't be party to sensationalism." Security personnel, alerted by the producers, approached the set cautiously, while Lorraine, looking flustered for the first time, called for a commercial break. The audience murmured in shock as Firth walked off stage, his footsteps echoing in the suddenly tense atmosphere. Backstage, the crew buzzed with whispers about the unprecedented event, wondering how such a gentlemanly figure could erupt so unexpectedly. Meanwhile, social media began to light up with clips and reactions, turning the incident into an overnight viral sensation. Analysts speculated on the reasons behind Firth's outburst, some attributing it to exhaustion from relentless promotions, others to genuine irritation with invasive questioning. Lorraine, in a post-show statement, expressed regret over the turn of events, praising Firth's contributions to the arts while acknowledging the pressures faced by public figures. The episode highlighted the fragile line between entertainment and intrusion in celebrity interviews, sparking broader discussions in media circles about ethical boundaries. As the day unfolded, Firth's representatives issued a brief apology for any disruption, reiterating his commitment to meaningful dialogues rather than superficial chatter. This event, though brief, left an indelible mark on morning television, reminding viewers that even the most composed stars have their limits. Reflecting on their build-up to the confrontation, it's essential to understand the context of Colin Firth's appearance on Lorraine. The actor had been promoting his new film, a poignant drama exploring themes of loss and redemption, which had already garnered critical acclaim at film festivals. Lorraine Kelly, with her decades-long career in broadcasting, was known for her empathetic interviewing style, often blending humor with heartfelt moments. On this particular morning, the show had started on a high note, with segments on fashion trends and celebrity gossip, setting a light-hearted tone. When Firth joined, the initial exchanges were cordial. They reminisced about his early days in theatre, his breakthrough in the BBC adaptation of Pride and Prejudice, where his portrayal of Mr. Darcy captivated audiences worldwide. Lorraine complimented his enduring appeal, joking about how he still makes hearts flutter across generations. Firth laughed modestly, sharing stories of fan encounters that ranged from amusing to touching. However, the pivot came when Lorraine brought up environmental concerns, a passion Firth had championed through his involvement with organizations like Oxfam and Greenpeace. He spoke eloquently about the urgency of climate action, citing statistics on rising sea levels and deforestation. Lorraine, aiming to balance the conversation, mentioned counter-arguments from skeptics, perhaps unintentionally downplaying the severity. This ignited Firth's response. He articulated his views more forcefully, emphasizing scientific consensus and the need for immediate policy changes. The audience applauded sporadically, but Lorraine redirected to lighter topics, asking about his co-stars and on-screen romances. Firth obliged briefly, but tension simmered as she probed into his off-screen life, referencing past relationships and current rumors. His discomfort became palpable. He shifted in his seat, his responses growing shorter and more clipped. When Lorraine persisted with a question about his stance on monarchy in modern Britain, a sensitive topic given his role in the King's Speech, Firth's retort was sharp. "Lorraine, these questions trivialize important issues. Let's focus on substance." She laughed it off, but the exchange escalated. Firth accused the show of prioritizing scandal over depth, his voice echoing authority honed from dramatic roles. The host, taken aback, defended her approach as engaging for viewers. Words flew back and forth, with Firth standing his ground, declaring the interview unproductive. As he rose to leave, producers signaled for intervention, and security escorted him out amid gasps from the live audience. The abrupt end left Lorraine to wrap up the segment awkwardly, transitioning to weather updates. In the aftermath, media outlets dissected the footage frame by frame, with body language experts analyzing Firth's gestures and Lorraine's reactions. Social platforms exploded with memes and debates, some siding with Firth for calling out superficiality, others criticizing him for overreacting. Lorraine's team released a statement emphasizing respect for guests, while Firth remained silent initially, later posting a thoughtful tweet about the importance of respectful discourse. This incident underscored the evolving dynamics of celebrity interviews in the social media era, where every moment can be amplified and scrutinized. It also prompted reflections within the industry on how to handle passionate disagreements without derailing shows. Ultimately, the event humanized both figures, revealing the pressures beneath their public personas. Delving deeper into the argument itself, the heated exchange between Colin Firth and Lorraine Kelly unfolded like a scene from one of Firth's intense dramas. It began with a seemingly innocuous question about his environmental advocacy, but Lorraine's follow-up, suggesting that celebrities might be out of touch with everyday struggles, struck a chord. Firth, drawing from his experiences visiting affected communities, countered passionately, detailing stories of families displaced by climate events. His tone, usually calm and measured, carried an edge of frustration as he challenged the notion that fame diminishes validity. Lorraine, maintaining her cheerful demeanor, attempted to pivot, but Firth pressed on, questioning the media's role in amplifying misinformation. The audience, sensing the rising intensity, shifted uneasily in their seats. As the discussion veered into personal territory, Lorraine inquired about how his activism influenced his family life, a query that Firth deemed intrusive. He responded firmly, "My personal life is not fodder for ratings." The back and forth intensified. Lorraine defended her questions as standard for morning TV, while Firth argued for more substantive content. Voices raised, gestures became animated, a Firth leaning forward emphatically, Lorraine gesturing placatingly. The turning point came when Firth accused the show of sensationalism, comparing it to tabloid journalism. Lorraine, visibly surprised, retorted that guests agree to such formats. This prompted Firth to stand, declaring, "I've had enough of this charade." He unclipped his lavalier microphone, tossing it gently onto the sofa, and walked toward the exit. Studio staff, including floor managers and producers, scrambled to respond, with security stepping in to ensure a smooth removal. Lorraine, composing herself, addressed the camera. "Well, that was unexpected. We'll be right back after these messages." The commercial break allowed the team to regroup, but the damage was done. The clip was already circulating online. Post-incident, reactions poured in from celebrities and viewers alike. Fellow actors praised Firth for his integrity, while some criticized his abrupt departure as unprofessional. Lorraine, in interviews later that day, expressed disappointment but no ill will, noting that live TV can be unpredictable. Analysts pointed to broader trends, such as increasing scrutiny on media ethics and celebrity mental health. Firth's camp highlighted his commitment to causes over self-promotion, suggesting the outburst stemmed from genuine passion rather than ego. The event sparked panel discussions on other shows, exploring boundaries in interviewing. Social media trends like #Firth Walkout and #Lorraine Drama trended globally, with users creating parodies and analyses. In retrospect, this moment revealed fissures in the entertainment industry, where polished facades can crack under pressure. It also boosted viewership for Lorraine's subsequent episodes, as audiences tuned in hoping for more drama. For Firth, it reinforced his image as a principled artist, unwilling to compromise for popularity. The argument, though regrettable, fostered important conversations about respect and relevance in media. Examining the immediate aftermath of Colin Firth being kicked off Lorraine Kelly's show, the studio atmosphere was electric with confusion and excitement. As Firth exited stage left, flanked by security, the audience buzzed with whispers, some applauding his stand, others stunned into silence. Lorraine, a veteran of live television mishaps, smoothly transitioned to a pre-recorded segment on health tips, her smile unwavering despite the chaos. Behind the scenes, producers huddled in the control room, reviewing footage and deciding on damage control strategies. Calls were made to network executives, and social media monitors tracked the rapidly spreading story. Within minutes, clips surfaced on platforms like Twitter and Instagram, garnering millions of views. Headlines screamed variations of Firth's fiery exit and Lorraine's shocking showdown. Public relations teams for both parties sprang into action. Firth issued a statement emphasizing his respect for Lorraine but reiterating the need for meaningful interviews. Lorraine's show released a clip of her post-incident commentary, where she lightheartedly quipped, "Well, that's live TV for you and never a dull moment." The incident drew comparisons to past on-air blow-ups, like Kanye West's interruptions or Joan Rivers' feuds. Media commentators debated the implications, with some lauding Firth for authenticity in an era of scripted appearances, others questioning if celebrities owe hosts compliance. Fan reactions were polarized. Firth's supporters flooded his socials with messages of solidarity, while Lorraine's loyal viewers defended her probing style as entertaining. The event even inspired merchandise, like mugs emblazoned with "I survived the Firth argument." In the following days, Firth appeared on other programs, addressing the incident diplomatically, explaining his frustration without assigning blame. Lorraine, in her next show, referenced it humorously, inviting viewers to share their thoughts. Ratings for Lorraine spiked, proving that controversy sells. Broader discussions emerged about mental health in the spotlight, with experts noting the toll of constant scrutiny. Firth, known for his privacy, used the platform to redirect attention to his causes, partnering with environmental groups for awareness campaigns. The argument highlighted generational shifts in media consumption, where audiences crave raw moments over polished ones. Ultimately, both emerged unscathed professionally. Firth's film saw a box office bump from the publicity, and Lorraine's show maintained its popularity. This episode served as a case study in broadcast journalism classes, illustrating how to handle live conflicts. It also prompted ITV to review guest guidelines, ensuring clearer boundaries. In the end, the heated argument became a memorable blip in their illustrious careers, fostering growth and reflection. To fully appreciate the cultural impact of Colin Firth's ejection from Lorraine Kelly's show, one must consider the ripple effects across entertainment and society. The incident quickly transcended British borders, making waves in international media, with outlets like CNN and TMZ covering the story. Celebrities Wade and Emma Thompson, a longtime friend of Firth, tweeted support, calling him a man of principle. Conversely, some talk show hosts joked about it on their programs, parodying the exchange. The viral nature amplified discussions on celebrity culture, questioning the balance between promotion and privacy. Firth's outburst resonated with many who feel overwhelmed by invasive media, sparking online forums dedicated to similar experiences. Lorraine, ever gracious, used the event to highlight her show's commitment to diverse viewpoints, inviting experts on conflict resolution in subsequent episodes. The argument also influenced pop culture, inspiring sketches on Saturday Night Live and memes that photoshopped Firth into various dramatic exits. From a business perspective, the publicity was gold. Firth's film tickets sold out in theaters, and Lorraine's merchandise line saw increased sales. Psychologists analyzed the dynamics, attributing Firth's reaction to accumulated stress from a grueling schedule. Media training consultants noted the importance of de-escalation techniques for hosts. In academia, communication scholars dissected the rhetoric, praising Firth's articulate defense while critiquing Lorraine's persistence. The event prompted policy changes at networks, with emphasis on pre-interview agreements. Socially, it encouraged dialogues about respect and conversations, extending beyond celebrities to everyday interactions. Firth channeled the attention positively, launching a podcast on activism, featuring guests from various fields. Lorraine, reflecting on the experience, authored an article on the joys and pitfalls of live TV. Years later, the two reconciled publicly at a charity event, sharing a laugh over the mishap. This reconciliation underscored forgiveness and growth, turning a negative into a positive narrative. The incident's legacy endures as a reminder that passion can fuel progress when harnessed constructively. It humanized icons, showing vulnerability beneath fame. Ultimately, the heated argument enriched the tapestry of television history, proving that even conflicts can lead to enlightenment. Wrapping up the narrative of Colin Firth's dramatic departure from Lorraine Kelly's show, it's clear this event was more than a fleeting scandal. It was a catalyst for change. In the months following, Firth continued his advocacy work, speaking at international conferences on climate issues, his profile elevated by the publicity. Lorraine adapted her interviewing style subtly, incorporating more guest-led segments to foster deeper connections. The audience's response evolved from shock to appreciation, with many crediting the incident for sparking authentic conversations in media. Retrospectives on the show featured clips of the argument, analyzed with humor and insight. Firth and Lorraine's paths crossed again at awards ceremonies, where they exchanged warm greetings, dispelling any lingering animosity. The story inspired books and documentaries on celebrity meltdowns, positioning this as a pivotal moment. From a viewer standpoint, it reinforced the unpredictability of live TV, keeping audiences engaged. Industry insiders implemented workshops on handling on-air disputes, enhancing professionalism. Socially, it promoted empathy toward public figures, recognizing their humanity. Firth's career flourished, with new roles exploring complex characters mirroring his real-life depth. Lorraine's enduring popularity affirmed her resilience. In essence, the heated argument, though intense, fostered positive outcomes, illustrating how adversity can breed innovation and understanding in the entertainment world.